Hi, we're Screamfeeder, we're programming RAGE tonight. I'm Tim, that's Kelly, and that's Dean. We've got a lot of good tunes lined up for you, so try and stay up as late as you possibly can and watch them all. This next song's by The Clash, and it's called Tommy Gunn. It comes from around 1978, and it's off their Give 'Em Enough Rope album. And The Clash are a band that just fascinate me, because when I was growing up and when I was in my early teen years and around that time, they were on the radio and they were one of the big punk bands in England. And they're just a band that really look good, and they've got great rock and roll songs. They've just got a fantastic kind of mythology about them, and I've just finished reading this really big, thick Clash book, and it sort of exposed all the myths and all the sort of hype that went on behind them, and it's really interesting. But anyway, they're a band that sort of, they kept changing with each next album. They kept like taking really drastic steps and sort of... they kept like, really changing their feel and stuff like that. And they've just sort of, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought, sorry. That threw me off. They're just a great band, they look good and they've got classic songs. They're a fantastic rock and roll band, and I've said all that before, so here it is. This next song's Fisca, Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely, and it comes from 10 years ago, I think at least maybe even more, 1985, I think around that time. And Fisca have always been a big sort of influence in our band anyway. We just all love them. They've got a great pop sort of feel about them, even though they've managed to make it pretty kind of, well, abrasive for their time anyway. It's not really abrasive these days, but they're one of the first bands who kind of came out of the punk scene and made punky sounding songs but with beautiful pop melodies. And so I think also they're way ahead of their time, and they influenced just everyone. I mean, I heard that when Frank Black was forming the Pixies, he put a sign up saying people influenced by Fisca wanted to form a band and stuff like that. So yeah, they're a fantastic band, and
the music's really, it's full on music, and then the lyrics are kind of even more full on sort of thing. Like the music makes you want to, it kind of makes you happy because it's like rocking and rolling and fast, and it's really good. And then the lyrics make you want to cry. They're really, some of the lyrics are really...
But they're just such beautiful, really simple pop songs, even though they're really sad. Like this is a song by Grant Hart. He's the drummer, and he wrote all the more poppy edge kind of songs. And they're just concise and perfect and great. Hit that up.
Yeah.
Deus is the next clip. They're a band from Belgium, and the song is called Suds and Soda, and it's from their album Worst Case Scenario, and they've had one more since then, which is really good as well. And Deus are this band that have all kinds of musical influences. They've got a lot of kind of really bizarre, light kind of, I don't know how you describe it, like tapping and...
Lots of weird sounds.
And they've got lots of really good rock in their music, and lots of beautiful pop melodies and lots of really delicate moments. And they're a band who manage to sound like a lot of other bands, but not in a bad way. They do it in a really good way. And most of their songs are really incredible and really touching, and this one's called Suds and Soda.
Great chorus.
The next song we're going to play is by a band that's very close to all of our hearts. It's Swerve Driver, and they're an English band. And the song is called Never Lose That Feeling, and it's just one of the most brilliant, beautiful songs. And they're a band that have just got such a unique sort of feel and touch to their music, and they're great driver music, so we do a lot of driving as well. We always have them on in the car, and we're just always sitting there smiling. Dean's in the back drumming away, playing drums to the songs. And they've got 3 albums out, and all their albums are great in different ways. Like the first album's really fast and full on, and then the next album takes a big step forward, and then the most recent album's gone a whole nother dimension again, and they're just, what can you say about them? I don't know, they're just so great.
They are great. We had the privilege to play with them not so long ago, and they were just as awesome live as they
really
are
good
on record.
Yeah, they sound just like the record.
Top notch.
Incredible. They've got all the lead breaks happening, and they've got weird tunings, and they're great guitarists, and bass plays good, and drummer's really good.
On the albums, the guitars just, they don't pile on the guitars really in a clumsy way. They just layer the guitars in a real subtle way, and they've just got the most beautiful parts, and it's really kind of music that you can go back to again and again and get something more out of, and you never get tired of it ever.
Yeah.
We're playing a lot of Swerve Driver tonight.
Yes, we saw them play too in London.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, at the Camden Garage, and it was one of their dates on the Mezcal Head Tour, and when we arrived we got a little bottle of tequila with the Mezcal sticker on it and stuff, and we ate the worm on New Year's Eve. We rocked. That was so good. It was so amazing.
And they're very much a band who I don't know how big they are overseas, but they're one of those bands that's great, but they're largely ignored by the general public, which is kind of not so good for them, but it's kind of good for us because they're still one of the special bands to us. You know?
We feel many empathy feelings towards them. Anyway,
Blah.
yeah.
Let's stop talking and have a look at it now.
I've just been pulled off the couch to talk about the next song, which is going to be Lizzy by the Melvins. And I chose this song because I think it's a great song. It's off their album Houdini. And I actually did a cover of this on a solo record I did last year. And Melvins are a very weird band. They've got big hair and things, and they're very loud, very muddy.
And they're coming here soon.
Yeah, they're coming. They're playing soon. Are they from Seattle? San Francisco?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them. But anyway, I'm going to go back and sit down and we're going to watch Lizzy by the Melvins. The next song we're going to play is a song called Natural One by Bach Inflation, which is Lou Barlow from Sebadoh and another guy who I don't remember his name is. And it's a song which is off the soundtrack to the movie Kids. And I've been listening to the soundtrack a lot lately, and it's fantastic. It's got so many great songs. Daniel Johnson's on it. Lots of songs by Bach Inflation. And yeah, it's just, I haven't seen the film clip, and I wanted to see it, so I programmed it. And I think we're going to play it. Lucky me.
You ain't seen me, right?
That was our mixer. We didn't see him. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm from Screamfeeder, and tonight we're programming one of my favourite bands in the whole world is a band called Slint, but they broke up, and I haven't got any film clips, so I can't play any, but two of the members of Slint formed a band with a guy called Will Oldham, I think his name is, and Will, anyway, and they're called Palace Brothers, and I first found out about this band while we were on tour with Pavement, and Bob, he brought some singles out in his suitcase, and he gave me one, and it was this one. It's
the Ohio Riverboat song.
And here it is. Okay, bit of a fan of the Old Red, and so is our next band that we're going to play, and they're a band called Fur. They're renowned for their drinking prowess.
They drink themselves into the hospital. Literally.
They're very clever at drinking. Many nights I've
qualified drinkers.
Rolled around the floor with Kim in headlocks, and I've been knocked out by the drummer in a pool table. She threw me into a pool table. And I think I'm still suffering from it. Anyway, the next song is called Big Red Crab. It's a good film clip. It was done in a Chinese shop or something, Chinese food shop. And they're a great band. I really love Fur. Pretty underrated in this country. And do you like this song too?
I don't know which song it is. I don't know which song it is at all.
It's Big Red Crab.
How's it go?
I'm not going to sing it.
Let's find out.
Right now.
There it is.
Okay, we've got Girls Against Boys, Superfire, coming up. And I've seen this clip a few times, and there's lots of sort of smashing going on. I was looking at the popcorn and sort of thinking, yeah. But anyway, I'm spilling wine. But anyway, Girls Against Boys, Superfire. There's lots of smashing in this clip. It's pretty cool. Lots of sort of light bulb smashing.
Girls Against Boys are such a great band.
Yeah, they are.
Awesome band.
Whoa. It's in my face here. But anyway.
What's so good about them?
What's so good about them?
They're sexy.
They are sexy, very yeah, smooth and sexy. Hard and sexy, sort of sex rock.
Sex rock. Oh.
Sex rock.
Sex rock for little kids.
Rocking, basically, so.
And the singer sounds a little bit like the singer from the Psychedelic Furs.
Yeah. And they've got two bass players. And, God, what a great band.
Yeah. They dress pretty well. They're nice dresses. They are.
Anyway, this is from their record called House of GSVB.
Yep.
And it's a good record, but
GBSB.
it's whatever. It's them. It's their record. And I was just going to say that I actually like Cruise Yourself, the record before that. Much
Yeah,
better.
that's a good one.
But it's still a really good record.
Yeah.
They're a great band.
They are. So here it is, Girls Against Boys, Superfire. Up next is Blur Bang. I first heard this song, I think I was in year 12, and I was oh god. I first heard it on the radio, and when I heard it, I taped it, and I kept playing it over and over again. It's got a really cool beat, is it sort of a, yeah, anyway, one of those beats, sort of a, yeah. God.
Anyway, here's Blur with Bang.
Alright, we've got Massive Attack, Daydreaming. What's going on over here? Massive Attack, Daydreaming is coming out. I haven't seen it, so I can't guarantee whether it's going to be good or not. But I've seen the rest of them, and they're all fabulous clips. I had the chance to see him in Brisbane when they came to Australia, and
And did you dance?
I did. I was dancing as soon as I got into the hall.
Yeah.
All night. Stop. Yeah. All night. All night.
All night long.
All night long. Yeah. And it's the song "Daydreaming's" off their first release, Blue Lines, and it's a pretty soothing record. It's one of those records where you sort of.
Beautiful.
It's just it's very
I
beautiful.
love it. I think it's a
Sort of
great record.
Cruise through it. So yeah, here it is, Massive Attack, Daydreaming.
Lovely.